the end of 1971, the Hobart Football Club collected its 5th straight wooden spoon. Over the off-season, Alan Appleton received a call from club president Ron Pitt, asking him to become the Tigers' new coach.
He said, we'll give you $750 to coach the club. If you make the 4, we'll make it up to 1,000.
They did, before bowing out to New Norfolk in a thrilling preliminary final by 4 points. But 72 would belong to the all-conquering Sandy Bay side, who won a 2nd straight premiership. It meant the Seagulls would enter the 1973 season as overwhelming favourites.
Rumour has it that it's only a matter of waiting till September the 16th for Sandy Bay to be in the grand final. Do you agree with this?
Well, you know, Harry, that I don't believe in rumours, and it's a long way to go.
Sandy Bay played Hobart 4 times during the 1973 home and away season.
A slick hand pass over to Adams. He can't get a kick in, or did he? Yes, he did. Off the ground, a beautiful goal.
The Seagulls prevailed in every contest, saving their biggest win for last, toppling the Tigers by more than 14 goals. The Bay's average winning margin against Hobart was 68, conceding a combined total of just 246 points. But despite winning just 7 games, Hobart did enough to scrape into the top 4, setting up a semi-final showdown against the Roos.
It seemed a silly thing to say, but I said all along at the start of the finals, I thought Clarence were the side to beat.
But that's where the Tigers' golden run began, ending the Roos season in a 4-point thriller. Hobart had no problems accounting for Glenorchy in the prelim final 2 weeks later, setting up a clash with the Bay in the 1973 TANFL Grand Final.
As far as I'm concerned, there'll be no excuses tomorrow. We're ready as we'll ever be.
Hobart is the greatest team of all. Hobart forever, boys. Hobart are we.
The 1973 TANFL Grand Finalists were decided. After going through the season undefeated, Sandy Bay was looking to lift a 3rd successive Premiership Cup. It meant some bookies were offering 12-1 odds for a Hobart victory.
I think the players had faith in themselves, and I had faith in the players. Everyone was alert and live, geeing one another up, ready to go.
A crowd of around 15,000 people piled into this famous venue to see who would become the premiers of 1973.
On our banner, we had 21 today, but it would have been 21 wins in a row.
That's how confident they were.
But Hobart had an inspirational message of its own.
When I saw the banner with Guts Goings Glory with the big Tiger's head, it was just fantastic.
Peter McLeod was the Tigers' mascot on that famous Saturday in September.
The memories from that day are still etched in my mind like it was yesterday.
We were the underdog with capital letters.
In a tight first term, the Tigers trailed by just 3 points at quarter time.
It clicked and everyone was running, spoiling, marking, long kicks.
By half-time, Hobart had taken the lead to hold an 11-point advantage at the major break.
Sandy Bay hit the front in the 3rd quarter, and everybody thought, right, this is it, Hobart's going to fold.
But they didn't, and by the last change of ends, the Tigers led by 1 straight kick.
No, it just overran us. It was a real kick in the butt for us.
They had a plan A, which worked every game because they'd won every game, and then I don't think they had a plan B.
Hobart went on to dominate the final quarter, recording one of the most famous grand final wins in Tasmanian football history.
The siren went, you're looking for people to cuddle, to shake hands.
Sandy Bay were completely outmarked, outrun and outfought.
But for Appleton, the celebrations would be short-lived.
Hobart is the greatest team of all. Hobart forever, boys. Hobart are we.
Appleton's army had achieved the unthinkable, and even to this day, what they accomplished is hard to get your head around.
I remember sitting on the steps of the Traveller's Rest, actually, teary-eyed, and just couldn't get over the fact that we'd lost the grand final.
But this famous story still had a lot more to give.
Sandy Bay had the room booked at Rest Point with all the decorations expecting to win from us.
We're going anyway, so it's not really that confident we booked it. We went there every year.
In contrast, Hobart's celebrations continued for weeks. One story the coach remembers fondly is speaking to a council worker when he went to pay a parking fine.
He said, I backed Sandy Bay to beat you guys pretty easy. He said, in the end, he said, I had to take out a personal loan to pay off all my debts.
But the team's celebrations quickly turned to confusion. Despite winning the flag, Appleton was sacked as the team's coach. While he has his theories, to this day he's still unsure why, but he holds no grudges.
It would have been nice to be coach and try and win another premiership.
The worst call football club ever made.
Despite the Bay's shock loss, the 70s era was still a very successful one for the Seagulls.
We played 8 grand finals straight and won 5 of them.
How they lost, it's beyond me, but we'll take it.
It's almost an injustice that you can win having 4th place out of 6.
We still run into people, oh, what about 73, Sorrel? So they don't forget, and I certainly won't forget.
Tasmanians won't either, with the Tigers team of 73 now officially part of history after being inducted into the state's Hall of Fame as Giant Killers in 2009.